motorcycles. And so we're literally taught how to condition ourselves, condition our speech, everything in order to go and beg these people for a job, because we know when we walk in the door, I have to tear down 10 stereotypes before I get past hello. So we need to eliminate that. You know, and we need to eliminate that, and the way that we do that is employing ourselves and employing our brothers and sisters. And so that's our mission, is group economics, uplift ourselves, because I can't empower anyone until I empower myself, and change from just being willing, because it's in my heart and my passion to see my people succeed and see us do better, and change the social order, because I know that we are not supposed to be on bottom. I understand who I was. I know I didn't fall out of the sky and land on a plantation. So when you have knowledge of self and you know who you are and what you come from, it's frustrating more than anything to see us in this position.
Tune into the Artist Exchange every Friday 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. every Saturday 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. live on Big Exposure. The Artist Exchange radio show every Friday 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. every Saturday 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artists, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com.
As busy as you are, because they're good at itemizing their time, and they actually have a passion for what they do. One of the biggest lessons that I learned, I get to say this on Weird, was finding people who are not only interested in doing what you need to get done, but people who have a passion for it, because that will eliminate the idea of people just working for a paycheck. Right. Because when people sign up for a paycheck, we all had jobs where we slacked off, where we stole away in a little storage room.
Fell asleep.
Thank you.
I saw a meme the other day that had Bart Simpson and the little boy with the glasses. I didn't watch the show, so don't be mad at me. Don't send me no daggum messages. The little boy with the glass, Millhouse, that was his name. He's showing him a cave, and it says, when you're asked to show around the new coworker, and it says, "This is where I come to cry." Cool.
Ladies, are you in need of the best quality hair extensions, a cute outfit, or that perfect pair of shades? Pink Ice products can cover you from head to toe, from flawless weaves to apparel. Visit us online at pinkiceproducts.bigcartel.com. We're located at 3000 Old Alabama Road, 119-303, Alpharetta, Georgia. Or give us a call at 470-488-6484. Come on in and check out Pink Ice products today.
Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Artist Exchange Live.
The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Hey, what's up? What's up? Welcome back to the Artist Exchange radio show here live on BeExposedRadio.com. Today is officially the first day of fall, even though it's been like fallish all summer. But today is officially the first day of fall.
And almost 90 degrees.
Right. It was like 80. It didn't feel like it, though. Maybe it was just me. I didn't feel it. And I was at the harbor, so it was probably cooler down on this end. But I didn't feel it. When I came in here and said 80 degrees, I was like, I was sweating, but it didn't feel hot.
It's supposed to be up to 88 Sunday.
This whole week is above 85, I believe. Like 80 below,
today?
82, something like
it was up there.
This whole week.
Yeah.
It's been hot.
So aside from the crazy weather, well, this is Baltimore weather. Like, it could be anything. It could snow tomorrow. You just never.
You're still gonna see somebody outside in some flip flops.
Yeah, because I had flip flops on. So what was you saying? Like,
I got you gonna be one of the people that's outside in flip flops.
I'm appropriately dressed for the weather
Today?
Yes, I am. So aside from fall officially being here, there are a number of things that happen in Baltimore during the fall. Like today was the first day of the book festival down at the harbor. It happens every fall. Also, is it Comic-Con is here?
Yeah, Comic-Con started today as well down at the Baltimore Convention Center.
Right. So Comic-Con is here. The book festival is here. Like, it's just weird. There's a lot of people walking with books and weird costumes on.
Right,
like
looking like anime.
Yeah.
You know?
So that is going on. So definitely come down to the harbor this weekend. It's going to be a lot going on. So fall is also the start of Free Fall Baltimore. The Best of Baltimore just... now, I don't know if it's going to be the last paper edition of Best of Baltimore, but I know they were saying it's the last one for the season.
Yeah, it's the last. City Paper is done for.
Yeah,
so,
but I thought they were going online.
I'm not sure.
Oh, that's crazy.
I thought that it was the end.
But a couple magazines are actually going to online instead of print. So it's people aren't reading newspapers anymore. I don't know why they don't think people want to read newspapers. But.
So they're doing away with the newspaper altogether?
Yeah. Well, the city paper's always been free, so I'm quite sure that has been a hustle. And now with social media, people aren't using newspapers to put ads anymore. Because at one time, the city paper used to be very thick.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like it used to be like heavy. And then jobs really stopped being posted in it, and that was the big part of it. And advertisements. So a lot of advertisements haven't been in the newspaper either. So they're probably suffering. And then with everything going online, it's like, so what do we do? In addition to that, so that's happening. So shout out to actually the play that I was in. Not Insurrection. King of Howard Street won for Best Original Script. Okay. Best of Baltimore. Who else won something for Best of Baltimore that I know? I think UB Blake Center won for Art Gallery or Mixed Art Center. There's a couple things in there. We'll go over that tomorrow because I forgot to get the actual city paper, so we was gonna do that today, but we'll do that later on. Sunday, I talked at the Baltimore Ethical Society. So at first, I didn't know what the Ethical Society was, but come to find out, it's its own. I don't want to call it church because they're kind of like
denominational.
Yeah, but and I'm glad I didn't know because it would have put a lot more stress on me. But I was actually like the speaker for the day, and I'm thinking. They just asked me to come and talk about diversity in the arts. Okay, but I didn't. I thought it was just like a fraternity type of organization.
Right.
I had no idea it was like this was their quote unquote Sunday service.
Okay.
Right. So that was very stressful in a moment because they had like a schedule like a church would have of like the order, like they read to the children at first, and
so pretty much.
Right.
They have prayer.
It was kind of like more meditation, but I was very thrown off because it put a lot of stress on me to talk.
Right.
I was already nervous about coming there because I figured there was going to be a lot of non-black people there. And me talking about diversity in a room full of non-black people is always uncomfortable because I don't want to ever make anybody else uncomfortable.
Right.
And I don't want to be uncomfortable.
Right.
But it really turned out to be very nice. It was really nice. I think it was one other young person in the room, and she was probably like 4, and I was the second youngest person, and everybody else was much older than me, which was very nerve-wracking. But they listened. They asked a lot of questions, and then there were snacks at the end. So it really did feel like church.
That's always a good time.
Right. Ain't nothing wrong with snacks, you know?
Right. It was definitely a good time. So that was my Sunday, and I was coming off of finishing the play, which I've gotten a lot of conversations starting with a lot of people that I just met and doing the play. Okay. What did y'all guys and lady and gent do this week?
This weekend has actually pretty much been a booking weekend for me. Like I've been getting booked for like shows and.
So you gonna treat us out?
Yeah,
dinner.
I can treat y'all out to dinner.
Oh, okay. You hear that?
I hear. I'm here for it.
What we going? Burger King, Taco Bell? Which one? It's like nah. But
people, I tell you.
Just getting ready for shooting a movie next week. Also, I've been doing a lot for a lot of campaigns as far as like mental illness. So I'm in a campaign right now because a lot of people suffer through mental illness, and this could be the person in front of us, and we really not know about it. So you know, shedding light on that. Also, doing stuff for Feed the Hungry, breast cancer, and besides that, that's pretty much. I'm just grinding.
Yes,
you know?
That's the name of the game right there.
Keep grinding and grinding and grinding. So I'm always trying to have something booked up. So like once I'm finished with one thing, I'm writing the next one or something like that. So.
But he hasn't invited us to do any movies. I normally see Instagram
not even
pictures.
a watch.
I mean,
nothing. Like,
I'm not a watch. I don't do oohs and ahs.
Like some of the sets I'm on. It's not even like that, you know what I'm saying? I'm working. Just trying to, make things happen. So it's gonna happen for all of us, though. You know what I'm saying? It's all gonna happen. We all gonna get to the top.
Okay.
He said, like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. I'll see it when I see it.
Right.
But also this weekend starts the Open Studio Tour. So the Open Studio Tour allows visual artists to be noticed alongside the performance artists. And like Saturday, traditionally it's being run through BOPA as well and School 33 Art Center down in Federal Hill. But traditionally Saturday it was above, I want to say it was above North Avenue was Saturday and below North Avenue was Sunday. But now how it goes is you just playing something, and most of the studios do something both days. And other studios just do something for a couple hours out of the weekend. But you can go and see a lot of studios. And I put out a call for anybody who is a part of the Open Studio Tour to call on us, and we'll come visit your studio. Mainly me, because I don't know, because he books. And I don't really know. But
just let me know in advance.
But you get to see studios. One of my friends, Miss Art by Cleatrice, she's actually has a studio right before you get to. She's off of Warner Street, right before you get to the new casino. And she has, like, it really is like a weird artist space in there. She's right. It's like right between the Paradox and the back of Raven Stadium. So it's like in a little remote area by Barks, the Pet Rescue Center, and the animal shelter, I mean. And it really is just a nice studio. But I was introduced to the Open Studio Tour by helping her with hers. And she would just open up the studio, and we would just be in there, and people would randomly come in from all over, because they're listed on like a directory with their address, and people would just come in randomly. And she has this huge, you wouldn't even think, like, if you think of the size of the Paradox, it's bigger than the Paradox.
Oh, wow.
And it's just art from floor to ceiling. So I got to go to a couple tours with her, and then I often did that. So if you aren't busy, tomorrow she's having like a paint night. So I can ease us in the door, maybe, possibly.
Slide us right in there.
Yeah, possibly. I don't like, monopolizing people's time, but there's a lot of things going on in arts. But with Free Fall Baltimore, you can start signing up and registering for events, and it's all types of art places being opened up. Some of them go for the entire month, and they just do free events, and some places have specific days, like they already have stuff going on, and they'll dedicate like one of their plays or one of their shows or one of their something to being free. And included in that is the aquarium, is the science center, is the museum and industry. All of those places are included in that too. If they are considered a museum, they're included in that. But it's dance performances, it's plays, it's, they have like a sock puppet thing at the museum of what's that one down off by Federal Hill, like it's an art gallery right there. They normally have like a big children's thing where you go and make sock puppets.
Like Visionary.
Yeah, the Visionary Art Museum. So all of those places, go on there, and just some of them you have to register because it's tickets and it's limited seating.
Right.
But a lot of them you can just, go there. They'll just have the information, just go there. When I say it is free dates, like, if you play a pimpin' like that, like, you can have a whole month of just free dates, and they'll think you so creative and artistic and just all of that. I'm telling you, stay locked into the Artist Exchange, because I always have those types of things. I never really paid for a lot of dates because I always knew where to go.
Right.
And you had a eventful time, and then bam.
You the plug, huh?
Right. I keep telling people, like
I'm the plug,
Player pimping, call me, I'll let you know. Also, this weekend, it is the fundraiser for Poets for Dinner. Normally, they have a free open mic series where they feed you really good food. It's put on by Miss Precious Love. Love Givens. She is a phenomenal young lady, so effervescent, and she can cook, and she just giving out hugs all day.
Yes.
But they feed you on top of that, and it's an open mic, and you can get up there, you can sing, you can dance, you can. There's a couple just a little young man who comes now every Sunday when they have it. And he dances, like that's what he does.
Right.
But you can come there, and you can just watch. If you're a spectator, you can just watch.
Spectate. Mm-hmm.
But eat your food. But this one is to help them to sustain themselves. She never asks you, like there's a donation at some point, a little love offering that she passes around, but it's totally optional. But to help them maintain themselves, I want to help them push it out. So later on, I posted it on the Artist Exchange page, but I'll go through the list. Like there's going to be Slangston Hughes is going to be there. Miss Jewel Guy is going to be there. Those are my two favorite. Noah Stone, like they're all going to be there, and they're phenomenal performers. You heard Noah Stone at the Cinnabon Sticky Bun Festival. The Sticky, I do.
Noah came through and shut it down.
Yeah. But if you know Jewel Guy, she is like a songbird that's just so unassuming and so sweet, and she'll open her mouth up and like you'll start crying and all that stuff. That happened to me before. And then, of course, Langston Hughes representing CSU, Do More Poets, all of them. He's going to be there. So there are a number of features this time. And the cost is $10 in advance, $20 at the door, which is still not bad for a free meal and all of those entertainers. So definitely support them. I'll be selling my jewelry there, so you can come and buy some VashtiBlue originals to help support the Artist Exchange radio show. And I'm telling you, the Artist Exchange radio show is definitely the plug with what's going on. It's always something going on, whether it's an audition or just the event coming up. Let me know. We'll be there. We're going to take a quick break, and we have a couple of our guests already here. Miss Cynthia and Mr. James King. They're here, and we're going to be back after this commercial break. So don't go anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
It's time for flashback.
Now I'm not gonna say all Aries don't know, but
it's just the one you had. That was just.
Ladies, are you in need of the best quality hair extensions, a cute outfit, or that perfect pair of shades? Pink Ice products can cover you from head to toe, from flawless weaves to apparel. Visit us online at pinkiceproducts.bigcartel.com. We're located at 3000 Old Alabama Road, 119-303, Alpharetta, Georgia. Or give us a call at 470-488-6484. Come on in and check out Pink Ice products today.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Mone, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
It's time for flashback.
Now I'm not gonna say all Aries don't know, but
it's just the one you had. That was just.
Be Exposed Radio.
Definitely not taking responsibility for other people's emotions and things that's going on, and owning up to who you are. I know that's what you were finishing on, so you can speak more on that, sister.
Yeah, just making sure, because at the end of the day, what happens to us, especially women, we're nurturers. So by life, we tend to want to, I call men projects, like fix-me-uppers, people that come with issues. And for some reason, people, we all have issues, but people who want you to help them through their issues, So we take on projects because we get to the point to where we're like, okay, I just want to have somebody, as opposed to the quality of the person that you're getting. And then we start to own all of their issues, and we start to feel bad because things are not progressing the way that we want it to, and that's not fair to us. So we can't own somebody else's stuff. If somebody's not ready when you meet them, that's not your fault. That's theirs. It's their loss. You see what I'm saying?
Hey, what's up? It's the man you all know and love, E. Digger, the host of the Charm City Direct Radio Show. Make sure you catch me and my crew every Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. only on BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Mone, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Hey, what's up, good people? It's the man you all know and love, E. Digger. Make sure you check us out every Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on BeExposedRadio.com. Couple minutes left in the segment. Sure. Change is good. Yes. Knowing when to make that change in your life. And I think it's important that you know a strategy. You know where you need to go. But change is good. Everything don't stay the same.
Right.
And if you're a person, especially for old people, that can't accept change, then it's kind of hard. Right. I was going to a church. I'm gonna make this real brief. I was going to a church that could not, some older members. I attended the second oldest black Presbyterian church in the country. That's one. And why are you laughing? Yeah,
it's bad that you even do that.
And that's a soundbite. Yeah. So
thank you, Eric.
we would play certain music, and we implemented a lot of equipment or instruments like drums and piano, and the style of singing changed. And two people out of the congregation, after the service, they would go up to the pastor, sit down, and say, "Hey, sit down. Let me talk to you." And they will critique each song in the service every week. And it was change. It was evolution. You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
And they could not begin to accept it. Like, they are used to the traditional hymn.
The Negro spiritual.
Yes. Not only that.
Ladies, are you in need of the best quality hair extensions, a cute outfit, or that perfect pair of shades? Pink Ice products can cover you from head to toe, from flawless weaves to apparel. Visit us online at pinkiceproducts.bigcartel.com. We're located at 3000 Old Alabama Road, 119-303, Alpharetta, Georgia. Or give us a call at 470-488-6484. Come on in and check out Pink Ice products today.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Mone, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Thank you very much.
Because they had nothing else to do.
So it was like, imagine that your late husband was actually your father. I can't imagine that, because that's disgusting.
Very much so.
And then I would have to clean my basement, because that's where my actual father resides right now. So, okay. The 60-year-old woman learned the truth about her husband, Percy, 6 years after he passed away.
Not Percy, though. Percy doesn't sound like that name.
Percy just sounds like a feminine boy.
Really?
Yeah.
But nobody told you at no point.
Sound
like Percy. Name. Look at Percy over there with his purse.
His name Percy.
Percy always switching.
And you just keep laughing at him.
That's a joke. What do you call it? What's the gay boy's name?
Percy.
Percy.
What are you doing, Percy?
I don't even know what to say about this one, and I'm the one that said it. Oh my gosh, we're here every Tuesday at 7 p.m. The conversations can get deep, they can get out of this world, but we do them. BeExposedRadio.com. Talk lately.
Definitely not taking responsibility for other people's emotions and things that's going on, and owning up to who you are. I know that's what you were finishing on. So you can speak more on that, sister.
Yeah, just making sure, because at the end of the day, what happens to us, especially women, we're nurturers. So by life, we tend to want to, I call men projects, like fix-me-uppers, people that come with issues. And for some reason, we all have issues, but people who want you to help them through their issues, So we take on projects because we get to the point to where we're like, okay, I just want to have somebody as opposed to the quality of the person that you're getting. And then we start to own all of their issues, and we start to feel bad because things are not progressing the way that we want it to, you know, and that's not fair to us. So we can't own somebody else's stuff. If somebody's not ready when you meet them, that's not your fault. That's theirs. It's their loss. You see what I'm saying?
Hey, what's up? It's the man you all know and love, E. Digger, the host of the Charm City Direct Radio Show. Make sure you catch me and my crew every Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. only on BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Mone, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. I know the weight is killing you. Suspense is building. All this stuff in the news keeps happening, and I'm not even here to talk about it. But look, on May 17th at 7 p.m., Talk Lately with me, Mone, is back. We can get into the gossip, all the entertainment news, the politics, everything. It's open to interpretation, but I'm going to put a spin on it with my flair of funny. And it all goes down right here on BeExposedRadio.com, and we on YouTube. So get ready. You should already be ready.
Ladies, are you in need of the best quality hair extensions, a cute outfit, or that perfect pair of shades? Pink Ice products can cover you from head to toe, from flawless weaves to apparel. Visit us online at pinkiceproducts.bigcartel.com. We're located at 3000 Old Alabama Road, 119-303, Alpharetta, Georgia. Or give us a call at 470-488-6484. Come on in and check out Pink Ice products today.
Check out this snippet from the new season of Talk Lately with Mone when he rants about his staff.
I agree. Can you come on? I told you stop touching that button. Why is it so loud? God. Did you turn one all the way up again? Do I have to come in there? God damn her. If it was going right, I would let you do your part, but I'm sorry, but it's just not functioning the way it's supposed to be. I told you about your business.
Thank you for tuning in to BeExposedRadio.com. Sit back, relax, and listen to this flashback of the Artist Exchange Radio Show.
Every time.
You just have to really
have faith and believe.
Right, and it's everything isn't going to be cotton candy and clouds all the time, but you have to, even in the midst of a storm, you have to speak light over a situation and life over a situation. You cannot always go into every situation. Sometimes it gets above you, and sometimes you got to speak over yourself and bring yourself back to focus, and because you already there. But in most cases, we take ourselves there. We walk ourselves over that dark threshold because it's easy for us. It's easy for us to be victimized and to be downtrodden and in that dark place when things happen to us. But you got to figure out how to successfully move into that. And a lot of you may say, what does this have to do with being an artist? It has a lot to do with being an artist, because I don't want to just talk about ticket sales. I want you to be a healthy, long-lasting artist in your own right, a long-lasting entrepreneur. And sometimes we try to mask what's going on with us with putting ourselves to work. So I'm gonna put myself deeper into this project, and it was times where I didn't want to be a part of things. I didn't want to be, because I wasn't whole. I wasn't happy with where I was at, with things that was going on in my life, and I didn't care how successful a play was.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio. I'm your co-host, Hollywood.
I'm also your co-host, Sweet Baby. Happy Friday, everybody.
And we have our host, Nate Couserl. We have also our three special guests. We have Marissa, we have James, and Cynthia. Yes.
And before we speak to our guests, I just wanted to talk about Hip Hop for the People, which is a national fundraiser for the victims of the hurricanes that we experienced over the past few weeks in Texas, Florida, and the Caribbean. The event is spearheaded by Nas the Lone Wolf, who's a national organizer, activist, and a hip hop artist. And she has also she's also organized other events for Flint, the Flint water crisis, and for Haiti. And so this time she's doing Hip Hop for the People, which is getting together donations and things for the people that have experienced loss in the Caribbean, Florida, and Texas. And the Baltimore chapter will be held at the Sand Gallery. We had a guest from the Sand Gallery here last week, Miss Maya Camilla the Killer. Shout out to her. But Millie Vanderwood runs the Sand Gallery, and I will be helping them organize this event, which will be held next Saturday, September 30th at 823 East Baltimore Street, doors A and B. So please join us on September 30th, 2017 for Hip Hop for the People, a national day of unity and hurricane relief for Houston, Florida, and the Caribbean. In September 2017, the state of Texas, Florida, and the Caribbean were in a state of emergency as Category 3 to 5 hurricanes devastated more than 1 million people and left them without homes, food, clean water, and many personal belongings. So yeah, that's what's going to be going on next weekend. And all week long, we're going to be trying to do fundraising, trying to get things together, money, food, clothes to send down to Florida, and so that they can be distributed throughout these places that need it. So yeah, I'll be working with them on that. Shout out to the Sand Gallery and everybody involved.
Yes. Also, just want to send our prayers out to the families in Puerto Rico, because actually, comes from that whole grid was knocked off, so the whole entire island is without power. And also, let's send our prayers out to the families and the children and everybody in Mexico for the earthquake. That was like a 7.0 on the Richter scale, and there's over 275 people that died in this event. And also, it was a building that collapsed, also with children in there. It was 25 children, so keeping their families in their prayers. But on Hollywood's news today, my topic is a little bit about Kevin Hart and his little scandal that he was up to. So he got, for a lot of people who don't know, he was caught up, you know what I'm saying, mixed up with another female.
A lot of people do know. I was so tired of hearing about that. Oh my goodness, if y'all don't leave this, I understand.
Right, but he apologized, right?
In it, but like the amount of energy we devote to celebrity scandal and all of that is crazy to me. Like, I was so tired of hearing about it. I know about it, and I know I haven't looked this up at all. I know more about this than I care to, and I haven't done any research or anything. So but I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Oh no, you didn't interrupt me at all. I was pretty much gonna say the same thing. Why do people take other like someone else's situation so serious, and other people around the world do the same thing? And that was tripping me out, because like he apologized and whatnot, and I always say like he apologized, but when I looked at the pictures, he don't look like he was sorry. You see that smile he had on his face? He looked pretty happy to me. You know what I'm saying? But through it all, him and his wife is still working it out.
Oh, are they? No, they didn't know.
Because she said, this is what she said. She said that being a celebrity, that comes with the territory.
She was one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because Kevin Hart cheated on Tori Hart with her, and now it just kept going. But anyway, that's just my little input on that. I was like, bro, man,
live your life. I don't even feel like you need to do this big apology. But the next stand-up gonna be lit. I guarantee you that. Right.
I was gonna ask, like, what happened?
The chain. I may actually go see that one.
Right. Asking like, what happened to pineapples? Like he was in the situation, didn't even think of pineapples. He just straight thought about.
He was too busy trying to work on that long.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
So no,
he was pretty much worried about peaches than anything.
Yeah.
But pineapples. But yeah, that's my little input on that. So, Marissa, James,
Cynthia, yes.
Yes, I'm getting it. So
maybe he was nervous today. Maybe it's Cynthia that's making him nervous.
It's the word Cynthia, because I have everybody else. It's okay though. I'm going to get it though. It's there though. Cynthia. See, I got it. But no. So how's your day? Would you like to tell everyone who you are? Starting out, whoever wants to go first.
Let's start with Miss Cynthia over here.
Okay. Hi guys, I'm Cynthia. I work in a bakery currently, and I make cookies all day.
Hey.
So I had a beautiful day doing that, decorating cookies, like gingerbread cookies. I make jewelry as well, and I also read tarot cards, and I'm studying astrology.
Okay. So you can at least tell us our numerology.
No, not off top. I don't know the numerology.
So what you're studying, that's what you're studying?
Astrology.
Astrology.
That's like your sign and...
Your sign.
Right.
So you going to read all of us real quick?
So that's like dealing with the stars and stuff?
I can't read astrology. I know a little bit about the signs and, stuff right now.
Okay. Very understandable.
I figured as much.
Yeah.
So I'm a Gemini. Tell me what a Gemini is.
Well, most people know that, really? Most people know that Geminis have like two different sides of them.
Yes, Lord.
Like you have a side that show the world, and then you also have a shadow side. You can kind of like the eclipse, like when the sun passes over, or the moon passes over the sun.
So, but what does that mean though? Like, I know I'm not like two-faced. That's what I get a lot.
No, you're not. But you might show your side to some certain people that you're comfortable with, and then you have a different side with other people.
Yeah, I'm really big into astrology and stuff as well, and I know that Gemini is directly across from Sagittarius on the. I'm a Sagittarius, and Gemini is a Sagittarius. Sagittarius is supposed to. We supposed to be really compatible, so because of the positioning on the chart. So yeah, I hear that you work with Sagittarius a lot.
I was about to ask you that.
Hey.
Sagittarius. Who else is a Sagittarius? I mean, what month is? I know.
December and November.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
it's a fire sign.
Okay.
Very passionate about their career, and they have a fiery energy.
Fire, energy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes.
Fire and spice and everything.
Okay.
Like, these are the ingredients.
Mr. King, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Mind you, these are all UB grads.
Well, I'm still in here, but
I gotta finish
sorry.
the year.
Well, it happens like that. You're at the finishing line.
Yeah.
Okay. You owe money.
I'm over the finish line.
I owe money.
Right. So you can claim it.
Get rid of that salary.
So did you say what your major was at UB?
My major was digital communications.
Okay.
It's like social media and graphic design and PR.
Okay. Mr. King, just get a little closer.
Yeah, my major was integrated art. And I'm a photographer, primarily. Recently, I've been doing a lot of videography. I'd say maybe for the past year and a half, I've been studying, and then I've kind of been really like doing professional work for coming up on a year, I guess. So that's my thing.
That's all?
That's it?
Well, I mean,
You gotta be more than that, Mr. Sagittarius.
I've looked at your social media, and you come in here and you're all black. There's much more to you than just that, right?
With the hat on, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. To be fair, I am also a DJ, and as well, I used to do audio engineering. I haven't really done it in a while, but I'm actually planning on starting back up really soon.
Okay.
So that's another thing.
I'm gonna let all y'all finish. Then I'm gonna let you hear something. Okay. Young lady.
Sure. I'm nervous.
You gotta be nervous. Don't gotta be nervous.
Tell me at the end of this. My name is Marissa Morris. I go to the University of Baltimore. My major is in digital communications. As Cynthia already explained, you should know it by now. My specialization is in media design. I currently work for a company called Bridge EDU. So they're primarily focused on education, and they really want to uplift, the young community and getting into college and really succeeding and, just getting good at financial aid, because that's the really tricky process that people face. So I do recommend that people check it out. If you feel like you're facing financial aid issues, we can definitely help you, okay?
True.
So what else about me? Because you about to tell me about myself.
I know, not tell you about yourself, but just a couple PR pointers. But go ahead.
Okay, live too? Okay.
That's way to learn. On the spot.
I guess so. So I run my own photography business, my freelance business.
Okay.
It's called Miscellaneous Media.
Okay.
I can explain that name for you guys, but...
Yeah. What's the butt?
We got time?
Oh, we
We got time. We got time.
Okay.
So Miscellaneous Media is kind of a play on words. My nickname is Missa, and miscellaneous, you get it, how it's like a variety of things. So I plan on doing photography, graphic design, and videography. So I want to incorporate all those things into my business and just to really get a good flow of art and experiment in different types. That way people can see, hey, I can do all of this stuff. I specialize in my own thing, of course, but you know, you can always come to me if you need this, this, or that.
Okay, so you're trying to be diverse more with your work. Oh, that's understandable.
So,
well, I like it.
So part of what we do here on the Artist Exchange is help artists to kind of bridge who they are with what they want to be. I'm not preaching at nobody because I'm still an artist myself, and I'm trying to figure that whole idea out of how do you make the business out of who you are. Like, no matter what setting you're in, always be prepared to just talk about you. Listen, but also be able to talk about you, because most people who want to help you and can help you, they're looking for who you are. Are you going to be a liability to them, or what talents do you have in addition to what you majored in or what they see in you, but what other talents you have in you? So even if you haven't done it in a while, you know how to do it. So that's what you do. You know, and we're no longer faking it till we're making it.
Right.
That generation has died out. So now you have to be about what you're talking about, because a lot of people have gotten in trouble or lost money because they invested in people who didn't know what they were doing in terms of artistry. So a lot of artists, they'll be like, well, I know how to do that because they've heard about it or they took a class in it. So that means I know how to do it, but you haven't practiced it. So a lot of us try to fake it till we make it. That's what we were taught to be. Like,
you got to put the work in. The work has to be put in. The preparation, though. The work is the preparation. So put the preparation into what you're doing. So don't ever be hesitant when someone asks you who you are, because that can mean anything. You know, I'm a child of God, or, you know, I like to ride roller skates while eating cotton candy and rubbing my belly. Like, that's, but all those things encompass who you are. But knowing who in front of you, talking to you, determines what you say out your mouth. Right. Not so much hiding anything, but if you know somebody can get you a job doing XYZ, then you play up those attributes. You highlight those points, right?
Right, and that's just basic interviewing one-on-one. But especially when you're in media or you're in any place where people are listening to you talk, always highlight what you do best. Avoid anything that may be hesitant in terms of what you've done or what you've been about. So I don't, you know, I only say that to artists, especially younger artists, because you're just taught to be honest, brutally honest. This new generation, everybody's just honest. And honesty is good, but you don't have to tell everybody every truth about you. So go with your best foot forward. So it's not like telling you about yourself. I ain't reading nobody, nothing like that, but just certain things. And I do that on the show all the time, because we need to hear it. I need to hear it. Everybody needs to hear it. Just to put, I want everybody to succeed at the end of the day and really be the best. So, and you all basically having the same major. I know sometimes, depending on who you are, what do you want to do with that once you have officially, you know, paid off Sally Mae, and now you are in your, well, not, because that's not going to happen before you get into your career, but hopefully it does. But what do you want to do with that major? Because that may mean something different for Marissa than it does for Cynthia, than it does for James. So what do you want to do with your majors?
Well,
or your diplomas, that piece of paper?
Sorry. For me, I plan on also minoring in marketing. So what I want to do with my degree is just pair those two together, because I really do have a passion for both of them. So I want to go into an ad agency and be able to do, you know, like a B2B, a business to business. And if I'm working on an ad campaign for them, they're going to need visuals, of course. And who knows better than me at that company?
Oh, right. And that's what these are the type of questions that they ask you, though.
Instead of like outsourcing, I'm the one who I already know about the project that we're working on. I already know how to do graphic design and media design. I know why, you know, color theory, you know, all of these things that really matter and that some people don't take into account. So that's really what I dream of doing.
Okay. What made you want to be into photography and visual arts and visual design and stuff? Same question for all of y'all, actually.
So it started when I was in high school, and you guys can find this on my Facebook page. I used to just follow my friends around and take candid pictures of them on my cell phone. And you know, this is, when was I in high school? this was like 2009 to 2013. So, you know, cell phones back then, you know, were not popping. But I ended up like getting really good pictures, and it was more so not about the picture quality.
I'm sorry. 2009 to 2013, the cell phones wasn't popping. Is that what you said?
It wasn't all that.
Oh my goodness.
You know, I'm the next generation.
This is, I'm listening to you. I come from the green screen phone era. I don't even think cameras were on those phones, but I'm gonna let you live.
I was younger too. So.
It wasn't even texting. It was
It was
a nice cute phone. No, it wasn't. It was just a phone.
It was just a phone. Like that was all you could do and play Snake.
I.e., technology has advanced.
Yes.
Yeah. But anyways, you know, it wasn't about the image quality. It was about, you know, the moments in the picture. It was about the composition. It was just about looking back on those pictures and remembering and just having, you know, memories. So that really inspired me, and I moved from candid photography to portrait photography, and now I just really enjoy what I do.
That's understandable.
So, Mr. James?
Well, I would love to have like a nice story, but to be honest, I actually woke up one day and decided I wanted to buy a camera, and I enrolled in a photography class, and I needed a camera, so I decided if I wanted to get a camera, I wanted to be a good camera. I didn't want to just be something that I used for one semester. And,
okay, he's smart.
Yeah. So I guess I wouldn't say I learned quick, but I was determined, and I wanted an artistic outlet because at the time, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with my life, but I knew that I didn't want it to be like a desk job in an office building. So I needed something, and I kind of thought, well, photography would be cool, and just like snowboard.
Okay. Where do you want to go with photography? Or is that your focus point, or
like you don't want to work for nobody, or you want to pretty much own your own company, make your own music, make your residual income?
Yeah, I mean, I think that ultimately, I would definitely want to have my own company.
Correct.
But I would be willing to work for the right kind of company.
Right.
So I would be willing to work for like, a production like agency, or like an ad agency if I was like the resident videographer or something. As long as their artistic vision like matched mine, and their like virtues and ideals like matched mine.
Okay.
Miss Cynthia, it can pick you up.
Oh, I can pick it up.
Yeah.
All right. So I wouldn't necessarily say I'm passionate about media, but I do think it's a good skill to have, so that's why I have it. But I am passionate about like African spirituality, and I plan to open a store with a friend. We want to have a place where people can come and get like different energy healing, and we're going to sell spiritual supplies like candles and incense and different like herb bath kits and
like sage and stuff.
Sage, Palo Santo sticks, like different things to clear your homes, and a lot of people are getting back into African spirituality, so I think it would be a good place to, it's going to be in Charles Village, so.
Okay. So for you, your major really just helps what it is that you want to do. So it's in addition to, and that I think a lot of people don't understand that when they go into school, and they really major in things that are just money making, opposed to how does this help my overall picture. Because a lot of us don't know. I went to school to be a RN because I didn't think I wanted to be a doctor. So I was like, I'm going to be an RN because they need black men in the RN field, the nursing field. I quickly turned that to being a teacher. That didn't work. But none of those things really helped me with my bigger picture until I found a major that I wanted to do. And that really is what I do. And if you honest about what it is that you want to do, you can pick a major that's business related if it helps you to do what it is that you want to do, instead of just wasting that money and your time
and
doing something that's just financially secure.
Or doing something that you really don't want to be in. Like if you're gonna do something in the next 5 years later, you're like, yo, I don't feel like doing this. Yo, this sucks, man. I can't fire me something. I know I'm not gonna quit, but fire me, bro. Shoot.
Just being honest about what you want, because a lot of my friends who went to school when they was 18 and they graduated and they got the big job, a lot of them are now 30 to 34 saying, so Nate, about that radio show, like, do you have this regular people on, like, looking for something creative, or not even creative, but a lot of them are now finding their field. But that was 10 years of your life. That's life experience.
Right.
But what if you would have, you know, and we were talking about what ifs last
That was
week.
my what if.
Yeah.
Like, what if I had started, because I didn't go to college personally. I don't feel like I need to. I kind of, I've been working on my job now that I have for 17 years, and I love my job. I draw bridge plans, and it's not creative at all, but it is something that it caters to the technical side of me. But then I'm able to experience this whole creative world that I'm in, and I've kind of you know, dove in head first into doing this. And I didn't go to school. I don't have a major in anything because I didn't go to school. And I feel like that's also, like, people push, go to school. They pushed it for me, but it just wasn't for me. But there are other ways to get to do what you want to do, or what you need to do, or what fuels your passion. And I found, like, my own path to be able to do the things that I want to do. And like I said, I've since then co-founded an organization. I'm here co-hosting a radio show, and I'm gonna be helping out with this hip hop museum that's opening up downtown. So there are ways, like you said, you know, you have to find your niche, and you have to put in the necessary work. You can't slouch or slack in it.
But you just can't wait for it to fall in your lap.
You can't wait for it to fall in your lap.
It's gonna be something you don't want.
Right.
You know?
And I don't ever dispute that. And if my old co-host was listening, she's gonna know I'm about to go in right now. But I don't disregard school, because one thing is, nobody is being grandfathered into anything anymore. You know, those days are gone. And for the same reason I said before, because a lot of people who were not qualified to do things wasted money, you know, lawsuits, all those things. So now, you know, the college graduate is now at a level of what a high school graduate was back then. So you have to have an edge on the competition. But competition now is so vast that you don't have to go to school, because the talent level is just as high for somebody who did not go to school. The only thing that school gives you is the media training. It gives you a heads up in marketing yourself and branding yourself and the network that you meet, opposed to having to, it's like manual versus automatic.
Right.
And that's the only, most people, I say, at least try college and just get the experience.
I tried it. I will say that. I did try it.
It's not for everybody.
It wasn't for me.
But try it to know.
I got
that
about
for
40
sure.
credits in and was like, nah, I'm good.
But you tried it though. A lot of people are told, well, you don't need it, and then that person never experiences it. And most of my really good friends, my business associates right now, are people I went to college with. And that's a big pool of people to be able to network with and work with. Some of my professors helped me start a career, helped me start this when I didn't have the resources afforded to me, or I couldn't afford it myself. So try it. I don't want anybody not try it. Just like high school is not, it used to be, well, you know, I could get by without a high school diploma, you basically flipping burgers. And there's nothing wrong with that, but if that's what you want. But if you want more than that, you need to prepare yourself, and part of that preparation is the education. And you need, that's why people of other races are beating us, because they know that lane is what is necessary for them to be taken seriously. If nothing else, just to be taken seriously. Because at the end of the day, that piece of paper could be damaged, burnt, lost.
True,
and what do you have?
But a lot of people do go to school just to work for someone else. You know what I'm saying? Why go to school just to work for someone else for the rest of your life?
Wait a minute.
I
mean, it depends on what you want.
Right.
Like,
I mean, each person.
If you want to work for yourself, that's fine. But if you want to work for somebody else,
that's fine as well.
Too.
Right.
So if you want to go to school and you already know what you want to do, and part of that is working for a company. It's nothing wrong with that.
And gathering some of the knowledge that you need
like to
make your own business.
Is true.
And because that's the argument now. Because now is I don't want to go to work for somebody else's
And
corporation.
everybody can't be an entrepreneur.
Everybody can't. Like I agree with you on that. Everybody can't be an entrepreneur,
But see, let's not put that type of language out into the world, because anybody can be.
Anybody can be, but everybody can't be.
Not on their own. But some people need to work for a company and learn processes and a methodology in doing certain things. But I think everybody can do it. It's just your learning style is different. I think we have a phone call. They hung up. So call back 410-702-5657. It could get a little heated in here a little times, but I'm really strong on education because I've seen what lack of education can do to people, and I've seen what an education can do, and they can often do the same thing if it's in the wrong hands or if you don't do it the correct way. So we're going to come back with another part of the conversation when we come back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show, only on BeExposedRadio.com. Listen to the commercials. They're valuable. Listen.
Ladies, are you in need of the best quality hair extensions, a cute outfit, or that perfect pair of shades? Pink Ice products can cover you from head to toe, from flawless weaves to apparel. Visit us online at pinkiceproducts.bigcartel.com. We're located at 3000 Old Alabama Road, 119-303, Alpharetta, Georgia. Or give us a call at 470-488-6484. Come on in and check out Pink Ice products today.
Man, it is what it is. Man, it is what it is. Well, it is what it is.
This Fly T Miles, also known as Tyree Miles, and Mr. Miles the writer.
Hip Hop King, check us out every Friday on Be Exposed Radio at 9/11.
Coming to y'all soon.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Mone, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Last time on Talk Lately.
Government. I don't understand why. Look, me, and I haven't said
Hey, everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired Radio Show. Now, here's one little speech I'm going to give you before I get into the next article. Here's what I want to tell you. Still, but fear is big business. Fear is big business. I'm not telling you not to be alarmed by what you're seeing. I'm not telling you not to be concerned. What I'm saying is not to buy into the notion that we should be afraid. You should be informed. You should be aware. You should start educating yourself about some things. I don't have the solutions. I don't have the answer. I wish I could say that if you did X, Y, and Z, you might not get shot by the police. I wish I could tell you that, but I can't. But what I can say is just start making yourself aware of what's going on, but don't be so consumed by what you're seeing that you become afraid, that you don't want to go out. Or you become numb. That's a good point, Nate. Nate said, or you become numb to it, like you just don't care. So we need you to just continue to be in touch with what's going on, but educate your family, talk to your sons, talk to your daughters, because it's not just limited to men. We know from Sandra Bland, she was a young woman who was killed. And we don't want to say, we don't know all the details behind what happened. No, the fact is that person's life still matters. They still have rights. They should not just be killed dead before they even get a trial. Okay, that's the point. They deserve a trial at least, but they can't even make it to the jail cell to get a trial to be tried. They're being killed even before arrest. Terrible. So that's my soapbox.
Tune in to Be Inspired every Wednesday live at 7 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Mone, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Check out this flashback from the Artist Exchange Radio Show.
That's the biggest thing, is just empowerment. Just get off of the begging line. Just be proud and just get our pride and our dignity back, because as a child, we're taught how to go and beg for a job. Our parents, they literally taught us how to make sure you pull your pants up. Me, I'm 6'7", so I'm a bigger man. I was always taught how to not be threatening or intimidate people when I go into different interviews or different scenarios. And so we're literally taught how to condition ourselves, condition our speech, everything, in order to go and beg these people for a job, because we know when we walk in the door, I have to tear down 10 stereotypes before I get past hello. So we need to eliminate that. You know, and we need to eliminate that. And the way that we do that is employing ourselves and employing our brothers and sisters. And so that's our mission, is group economics, uplift ourselves, because I can't empower anyone until I empower myself, and change from just being willing because it's in my heart and my passion to see my people succeed and see us do better and change the social order, because I know that we are not supposed to be on bottom. I understand who I was. I know I didn't fall out of the sky and land on a plantation. So when you have knowledge of self and you know who you are and what you come from, it's frustrating more than anything to see us in this position.
Tune into the Artist Exchange every Friday 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. every Saturday 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. live on BigExposedRadio.com.
Last time on Talk Lately.
He don't have Down syndrome.
Check out what you missed on Be Exposed Radio.
So now we are in reactive mode. You know, with our young people, we don't spend enough time working with them, preparing them, inspiring them, mentoring them. And so now we're faced with a generation that's like, I'm gonna do my own thing.
Right.
I have no respect for you, because what have we done to help them except to say that, like I was telling the HL7 that, you know, I get highly upset when adults forget that they were ever young, and the first thing they say is young people are up to no good. You know, well, you're not helping them. What are you doing to inspire them? Right. So to me, that's reactive, because now that they're in the street cutting up, now you like, oh, we need to do something with our children, or we need to start schools earlier so we can get them off the street, or we need to do this. To me, that's reactive.
Tune in to Be Inspired every Wednesday live at 7 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
This is your girl, the one and only Vic Cows. Check us out every Saturday from 5 to 7, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
With our parents, they gotta have the best of everything, or when you go to school, you gonna kill them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you look and it's like, did you have it like that when you was in school? Nah, girl, my parents, I had to go to school with stuff, you know, old tennis shoes and stuff like that. I ain't gonna let my kids go, but a decent pair of tennis shoes, a decent slacks, whatever. I'm kind of glad that they did the uniforms.
Oh my God, they did the uniforms right while I was leaving.
They did, right. They did the uniforms. It was like 2 years behind me right after I left from school. And I'm like, oh man, it saved a lot for our parents. It helped the parents a lot. But still, they still found the way to live vicariously through their kids.
Yeah. Because like with my daughter's school, when she was in school, as long as she wore the shirt, the school shirt, she could wear any pants. Or as long as she had like the cardigan on, a school cardigan, she could wear any outfit.
And do you realize, like private schools, county schools, deep county schools, they've been in different towns. They already been wearing uniforms. Even when you watch like an after school special, they have on uniforms. We're the only ones in the urban areas that did not have on uniforms.
Yeah.
We still were.
We was late getting
We were super late.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, good people? It's the man you all know and love, E. Digger. Make sure you check us out every Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Ladies, are you in need of the best quality hair extensions, a cute outfit, or that perfect pair of shades? Pink Ice Products can cover you from head to toe, from flawless weaves to apparel. Visit us online at pinkiceproducts.bigcartel.com. We're located at 3000 Old Alabama Road, 119-303, Alpharetta, Georgia. Or give us a call at 470-488-6484. Come on in and check out Pink Ice Products today.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
So welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show here live only on BeExposedRadio.com. We are making it work in here today, and that's what it's about. So today's topic is, what can I do? What can you do? What can we do? And it's community driven and focused. And we're back. Say that again. So, like I said, we're back here, and the topic is, what can I do? What can you do? What can we do? And that was based off a script that I was just in a play for, and that was one of the last lines. And it kind of speaks to, we point fingers as to what we want and what we don't want in life. And part of that is we are always pointing fingers, and we never reflect back on, well, what is my responsibility in this? How can I make this situation better, or how am I making it worse?
Yeah, something you said last week really stood out to me was about you, while you pointing the fingers, you got them 3 fingers pointing back at yourself. And that's real. Like, you always, I find that people tend to try to look the place to blame somewhere else, but most of your stuff that you got going on is because of what you got going on, and not because of somebody else. So, it's time to take accountability and be responsible for your life and take charge. And like you said about helping the person to your left and helping the person to your right. If everybody could do that and stop trying to reach out all over the place, then we be good. Everybody be eating.
Everybody stop trying to outshine everybody.
And
you know
that's
what I'm
it.
saying? 'Cause everybody like, oh, I want to be in the light. I want to do this. No, bro, let's all just grind together. Let's all just fake it.
And that's what I wanted to ask you, Cynthia. Before we came back in, you were talking about how you got into what you were doing with the spirituality and the crystals and everything like that. And that's something that I'm starting to learn about myself. And I find that people tend to be like, oh, now everybody but what's wrong with everybody wanting to learn about where they come from? So
awakening is about me. It's not about
it's not about other people. And that's one thing that I don't understand about the mentality of people. If I'm saying, well, I want to learn about crystals and I want to learn about moon phases and how they affect our bodies and how this stars, like all of this kind of stuff, I'm learning about that.
They see you getting better or doing better, so they might be kind of jealous, or they might be an energy vampire.
Would you consider, you're opening up a shop, you said, in Charles Village to sell the crystals and the cleansing products and all of that sort of thing. Would you consider teaching classes, or?
Yeah, I would like to have like different workshops in there, for sure.
Okay.
Teaching people Tarot 101 or Moon Phases 101, Sun Phases 101.
Right.
Is it, how difficult has it been for you to be introduced into this world of the arts and entrepreneurship and business, especially being as though you're coming right from a college? Like, how has it been, easy or hard, or what has been a difficulty?
It's easy with social media to me. You can find people who have like-minded interests.
Is it, for the two of you, difficulty?
I would say the same thing that Cynthia said. Because we live in the era of technology, just live in this digital age, I'm pretty blessed, because honestly, I'm like an introvert, and social media actually really helps me a lot, and it's a good way to promote yourself too. So for that reason, it's not as hard as it could be. I think about all the times, if I was born in the 80s or something and I had to go outside,
out here doing elevator pitches.
Right, because I was going to ask you. Well,
Dane?
Well, I guess I would say for me, I find it a little difficult, only because I think that photography, and to maybe even a greater extent, filmmaking, is something where it's you kind of need to be in certain places. And so I'm trying to really, I'm trying to work on cultivating like a group of people who I feel like can actually like really do like, together collectively what I want to do with like photography and videography on like the same scale as someone in like LA or New York. And in that regard, social media has been really helpful. And I think that I'm also really lucky to have met the people that I did, because my friends, more than anything, really push me to be better, like all the time.
That's what friends are supposed to do. And if they're not pushing you to be better or become great, then what are they?
Having a support system is a lot these days.
Right.
So Monday, I'm preparing for a show that, and this is kind of the topic, social media and how it has hurt us and how it's helped us. So you've just uncovered how it hurts us, because if you're hiding behind it, especially photographers or anybody with a visual art background, you really get lost. Performers, we have to at some point get out on the stage.
Right.
But for visual artists, you can get stuck in that atmosphere and not go out and not push beyond that. How has it hurt you in many ways, or how did you see how it could possibly hurt you? Like,
right, what challenges have you faced?
Right.
I think, well, no, don't take that line I said too seriously.
No, but that's
Like,
one of
I go
that's.
outside.
No, but I'm saying that's not for you specifically.
Sometimes people don't know James what he looks like. Like when we're out in public, they hear his Instagram name. He has like 10K followers, but they're like, "Oh, you're at Ivar," but they never really know what he looks like.
Now, I wasn't going to say that, but I'm going to just say photographers normally don't have good pictures of themselves.
No, you know how hard it was for me to get a headshot?
Right?
You know
Oh
why?
my God.
Right. Listen, I'm always the person that takes pictures of other people, but I can't. If I ask them to take a picture of me on my phone, my goodness.
Yes.
I am just saying to you, there are 2 other photographers sitting here that you know, that you can touch.
What's funny is that I've tried to shoot with Marissa and she just doesn't come. Like she
Wait a minute.
Oh, I got receipts.
Blast.
Receipts.
Blast.
See, James is like.
What? It's true.
Because we born on the same day that we just got like.
Oh, but it's not just the 2 of you, because this gentleman right here is a photographer. And can I get a good headshot of him? No. Now, as an actor, I have to have a headshot. Now, he's an actor as well, so I don't know what his excuse is. But that's one of
for your go-sees or whatever y'all call it for callback.
Yeah.
The Z cards? You guys got Z cards.
Audition, yeah, that's the same, yeah.
Comp cards.
But
Yeah.
it's just, but that gets into the
Yeah.
business of who you are, and it's not necessarily that's something that you learn in school. It's something that somehow you picked up. But I just noticed that being a trait, photographers.
It's hard to find another photographer to take your headshot.
It is, but you know, it's also about feeling comfortable in front of the camera. You're so used to being behind the camera that when somebody asks you, "Hey, I want to do a shoot of you," you're like,
what? No.
But I'll equate that. I'll equate that to what I do. Like as an actor, I had to learn the stuff that goes on behind me, and when the show isn't up, as how you build the show to make me more comfortable. I have to learn how to stand in the light correctly. But I only learned that by running lights in a class a couple times or as a job somewhere. But you have to at some point, because you can't make somebody comfortable if you aren't comfortable. Because when I've had bad headshots taken by bad photographers because my shirt will be jacked up like this. And I'm like, you didn't see this? Like, you took like 50 pictures and none of them? You didn't be like, oh, you know what? You should fix your... Right. So go out and just get bad headshots taken of yourself. They may be bad pictures, but then you'll start learning how to then treat the person who's paying you to take those pictures, or just whatever you're doing. Even if it's an inanimate object, you'll just learn.
And then you'll also learn what's best for you by taking a bad headshot. Like, all right, so that ain't work. Next time I know I need to do this.
Photographers are.
Well, that's true.
You see something inside the picture, like, oh no, you gotta move that piece of paper out the way, or
Sometimes
it's something
you're
right
not
there.
that close,
right?
So
You
you
just
can't
look at,
see because you're a photographer. You are all the way back there. And the
but you'll
subject
snap
is all
like,
the way over.
and you'll look at the picture and be like, oh, hold up, nah.
Do y'all do that? Y'all look at that there?
Well,
I mean, you know, it's a situation by situation thing. Of course, you're gonna do the best job you can. Like, respect
And
the art.
this is not beating
But,
up
you
on
know,
photographers.
I think it's nuanced. I think
Yeah.
that there's levels to it. Like if you're,
Especially if you know you can fix it.
yeah.
Or somebody might find beauty in that piece of trash laying over there in the corner. Oh, all right, that made it hot.
Right, nah, like, baby, don't get that trash out my picture.
Glasses
over there.
Like, if I'm confident, and I feel like, you know, it's gonna affect the way the model perceives themselves, or it's gonna make them uncomfortable in that moment.
Right.
Either I mean, of course, I'm gonna tell them in like the most polite way.
See, we've now taken this about the subject and not
social
about.
media or something?
No, we're talking about ourselves as photographers now. So part of what I was doing was showing you be the subject sometimes at some point.
It's important to get that perspective.
Yeah.
So I mean, I understand that, which is why I always treat my, you know, my clients with the utmost respect, and I try to make it comfortable and fun because I don't want them thinking in their head, oh, how do I look? Am I doing this right? Am I doing that right? That shouldn't be on their mind.
So we're going to set a date today for Marissa and James to take headshots of each other. Are we going to set that date today? Did I just call
I'm
out
down.
somebody?
I'm down.
But it's just, I'm telling you, it's helpful
trust
because
her.
this part of your job was, at some point, a lot of people didn't think that as a photographer I needed PR or marketing. But because everybody and their mother that went out and bought a camera, you have to set yourself apart and do interviews and go to media and go to events and set yourself apart. But you still have to be able to be seen. Because I remember the first 2 pictures that Cara sent me, I was like, I can't even see who this person is.
That
like,
was the idea.
Who is this?
I'm a mysterious figure.
You are. It works. It definitely works.
I mean, it's your style. Like, that's how you recognize his style. Every time I go, or like I go through my Instagram feed, I always know when a picture is James.
Right, because everyone has that, like you said, everyone has something about them on that picture or their signature inside that picture.
I went to your Instagram and I sent Cara back a couple. I was like, "Is this him?" Like, is this him? She's like, "No, that's not him. That's not him."
Me.
She's like, "I'll send you one," and then we got the picture that we have, which is it's fine. I like creative freedom. I don't want to restrict anybody, but know when the creative freedom affects your marketing and branding. Like, it affects your actual brand. People want to now be able to touch and feel you. That's the whole purpose of the Artist Exchange. It's for people to be able to get to know the quirks and the, idiosyncrasies of an artist outside of their creativity. Because now what money is so short, and now people have less money and there are more artists. People really want to know that I want to spend my money on Marissa. I want to spend my money on
They want to
James.
connect.
I want to spend my money on Cynthia. And they want to know that my money is valuable to this individual. So they want to know who you are. Gone is the day where somebody's looking in a phone book and randomly picking somebody to take their
They got
photos.
options now.
They have options. And now their options are at the disposal of their hand. All they got to do is flick a button. That's just like telling somebody to Google you. No, you're standing in front of me. Tell me who you are.
Right.
But these are things as artists that we're taught that, I have to be mysterious. I have to be, because my first year in doing this radio show, nobody knew it was me until you came through the door and you saw me. And I was like, well, if people don't know what it is, they won't feel like they don't want to support because they don't know me, or they do know me. But then the second year, I was like, maybe I need to this is mine. Maybe I need to put my face on it. Because people were starting to get credit for something that I was doing. And it wasn't about the credit, but it was more so I had put this together. And you need to represent yourself as an artist. And I understand that. And I'm not beating up on photographers, but I just noticed y'all take really good pictures. I've seen all of your websites and your Instagram and such. Really good pictures.
Thank you.
But where are you at? That's like a musician having a bunch of headshots or still shots and no examples of their music. So it works the same way for photographers or visual artists. You still have to represent you. So where did your name Ivar come from? Since Cynthia brought it up.
It's kind of, I mean, I don't want to say it's a nonsense word because it's not.
It means something to you?
There's a Latin word which I can't pronounce, which is the exact opposite of Ivara, and it means to wander, and so, or it means like to be lost or something like that. And so I was like, okay, I'm the opposite. I want to convey the opposite idea. So I just flipped it backwards, and I messed with the pronunciation, but that's how I came up with it.
So you want to be found.
It's really more about the idea of like I am not lost, as in like I know my place in the world. I know who I am and who I want to be, and I just want to get there.
Who are you, Ivar?
I mean, I like hip hop a lot. I really love film. I love videography. I think visual art was probably something that I low-key, like, I wouldn't say studied, but it was kind of always something that was in the back of my head as I went through life.
What prevented you from doing it from the beginning?
Really, I wasn't mature enough to really give a solid thought to what I wanted to do in life until, I wouldn't say that photography or videography caused it, but it just so happened that I matured at a point that I also picked up a camera. And, I started to think about, okay, eventually I'm going to have to move out of my parents' house. I'm going to have to make my own money. and this is what I like to do more than anything, so let's monetize it.
That's smart. Nobody, a lot of teens don't think like that.
Yeah, I mean, this came about. This was like, honestly, like the first semester of freshman year of college, I think, was when I really picked up the camera and realized, like, okay, I'm in college now. This is real. I have 4 years to make something out of myself.
And that's a harsh reality when you know how hard somebody is working to keep you in that space, or how hard you're working, and you don't have anything to fall back on. Yeah. That's a harsh reality, and that's why it's one of the reasons I push for people to try school, because you don't know that feeling about, you know, a lot of us could just settle, you know, for any job, but you don't settle when you know I've woken up for 8 o'clock in the morning class, and I've gone across town to get there, and there's no leisure time. And when you take the leisure, you see it reflect on your grades directly, you know, and it teaches you responsibility quickly. You know, if I mess up this semester, I may have to pay for next semester. That's a harsh reality that some of us, myself, had to learn. Like, I gotta pay for this semester. You know, you're not gonna give me that nice Pell Grant or no rebate check. And you see everybody else buying sweatshirts with their little rebate check and going on vacation with that little return check, and you out your pocket. So some of those harsh realities grow you up quicker than, you know, just having a 9 to 5 would. And I'm not against that. I'm just saying, try it once.
I can say I do agree with you, because like I was saying, I've been working. I didn't have that experience of going to college and finishing college, or skipping from job to job and trying to figure out, like, I got my job at 18, so I've been at my job since I was 18, and that's the job that I've had, and it kept me in a certain place until recently. And then this world experience out here grew me up. But from 18 to up until last year, up until last year, I was just, you know, I was just living, surviving and working and paying bills and taking care of my son, and that was life. It wasn't coming out and doing a radio show, or coming out and putting on this festival, or coming to this networking event. It was none of that. So and I feel like in this past year that I've been doing this, I've grown up a whole lot. And I'm a whole grown, like, I'm an official adult. I'm not one of them adults who you can be like, well, I'm grown. No, I'm grown for real. And but that's just a number. I have not grown until this year. So it's a lot of truth in that.
So I'll come back over to Cynthia. So the room that you have to, we got to go to a quick commercial break. Gotta pay some bills. Sorry. I'll come back to you, Cynthia. We'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show, only on BeExposedRadio.com. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Since you've been listening. Hey everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired Radio Show.
Focus on the word take for a moment.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I mean, when I begin to just, you know, think about take, when you taking something. Yes, you know, we think about, you know, the possession and grab and hold, but when you taking something on, you're capturing it, you're securing it, and you become impregnated with that.
Wow.
Tune in to Be Inspired every Wednesday live at 7 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
Ladies, are you in need of the best quality hair extensions, a cute outfit, or that perfect pair of shades? Pink Ice products can cover you from head to toe, from flawless weaves to apparel. Visit us online at pinkiceproducts.bigcartel.com. We're located at 3000 Old Alabama Road, 119-303, Alpharetta, Georgia. Or give us a call at 470-488-6484. Come on in and check out Pink Ice products today.
It's time for a flashback.
Now I'm not gonna say all Aries don't know, but
It's just the one you had. That was just
a long one, you know. But it's always something that you can
go ahead. So can you recollect any signs that you might not get right?
October 15th or 16th. What is that?
And Libras.
See, I've had some good Libras, and I had one really bad Libra, but he was white, so he f***ed his back anyway. So I don't.
Wait, hold on, wait a minute. Demonstrate. You got to demonstrate the back.
No. Ain't no way.
Not the dirt. How they bust? Let me show how they bust.
And they want to cry afterwards. I mean, what the f*** is the point of the tears? I mean, I can see you shake, yeah, and shake it off real quick. But you crying? F*** out of here.
What was he crying for?
Cause baby, this pussy make that. You in? I got that good nasty bitch. The shade.
McLean's Couch every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Man, it is what it is. Man, it is what it is. Well, it is what it is.
This fly T Miles, also known as Tyree Miles, and Mr. Miles the writer.
Hip Hop K. Check us out every Friday on Be Exposed Radio at 9/11.
Coming to y'all soon.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Mone, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
What's going on this weekend? Nothing? It's too cold? Girl, I'm never going to go see this Selma movie. Gosh. It's sad. I don't like looking at people in old clothes. You know what I'm saying? Dressed in them styles. Those styles is played. And I definitely don't want to go see another movie where Oprah got her bags on display. The ones under her eyes. And I love me some Oprah, but goodness gracious, they always put her, strip her down with no makeup on, and them bags on her eyes be on display. Like, girl, let your worries go. Stop holding them down like that. Get some rest. She need a whole week of sleep.
The all-new season of Talk Lately, Monday through Thursday at 7 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired radio show.
Focus on the word take for a moment.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I mean, when I begin to just, think about take. When you taking something, yes, we think about the possession and grabbing hold, but when you taking something on, you're capturing it, you're securing it, and you become impregnated with that.
Wow.
Tune in to Be Inspired every Wednesday live at 7 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Mone, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. I know the wait is killing you. Suspense is building. All this stuff in the news keeps happening, and I'm not even here to talk about it. But look, on May 17th at 7 p.m., Talk Lately with me, Mone, is back. We can get into the gossip, all the entertainment news, the politics, everything. It's open to interpretation, but I'm going to put a spin on it with my flair of funny. And it all goes down right here on BeExposedRadio.com, and we on YouTube. So get ready.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Working customer service jobs allowed me to learn how to talk to people and be able to communicate effectively. But those were my real jobs. Those are my non-creative jobs coming as I got older. But had I not worked at some of those jobs, I wouldn't know how to do conflict resolution with people. I wouldn't know how to run a staff. I wouldn't know how to do certain things. And now I'm at a point where I have to hire an intern or hire somebody to do my social media, and now I know how to hire somebody, but if you didn't go through that and you just was like, no, I'm gonna just be a straight artist and I'm not working no jobs, and you don't know how to, because you don't have no frame of reference for those skill sets. Possibly. So we're back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show, here live only on BeExposedRadio.com, and we have three budding artists in front of me. I have Miss Cynthia, Mr. James, and Miss Marissa.
Yeah, don't call her Melissa because she'll get mad. She definitely confirmed
wanted to call her Melissa, but I was like, no.
See, mine's in my head though.
So real quick, tell us about your social media. Where can we find you? Where can we send checks? So on and so forth.
My Venmo is
Hey, they don't know unless you tell them.
Actually, my social media has the same name, consistent across the board. So it's
Okay, good branding. Okay.
Yeah, miscellaneous media. You can find that on Instagram and Facebook, and I also have a website, miscellaneousmedia.com, where you can find all of my work.
Hey. There we go.
You got to type that in because that's a lot.
My Instagram and Twitter are One Ivar. I think my Facebook is One Ivar. That's IVARRE. And
he said I think. He said I think.
Right. Yeah, and my website is www.ivar.art. I have a YouTube channel. You can just search Ivar to find it. I put, if not all of my videos, most of my videos on there. I got good stuff coming with my friend named Mars, which is gonna be on there. Shout out to Martin. Shout out to Mr. Nobles. Right? Yeah, he's a rapper. He's from PG County, but
we have a call.
Look at this. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hi, is this a radio show?
This is a radio show. You called the Artist Exchange. Can you tell us your name?
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm well, thank you. I had a question for Marissa.
Hey, Marissa.
I just wanted to know how she got her name, her miscellaneous media name.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. So I got my miscellaneous media name from my friend Alex, actually, who called me Missa. So I wanted to create a unique name, kind of mainly for a URL that I knew wouldn't be taken. But
she's smart.
Honestly, yeah.
That good branding.
But miscellaneous media is just kind of a play on words, like miscellaneous, a variety of things, and that's what I do. So that's where it comes from. Shout out to Anna, by the way. That's my cousin and
What's up, Aura?
Talented artist.
Okay.
Thank you for calling in. Appreciate you.
Great, no problem. I just also wanted to say that I'm a big fan of hers. Thank you.
Oh, you got fans calling in.
Yeah, Autumn's like really talented. Autumn's actually super talented. I forgot how much younger she is than me, maybe 1 or 2 years, but she's actually an actress, an artist. Like, she paints and everything. And that whole side of my family is so creative. And honestly, like, I don't know why I didn't realize it. And I guess now I'm destined to be another.
Well, that takes
They're so
me.
successful though. Like, she's been at what's the theater in Washington D.C.?
The Kennedy Center.
Yeah, Kennedy Center. Yeah. So she's doing big things, and she did them at a young age.
So that takes me to another question. Were you the first artist? You evidently, Marissa, you were not. But in your family, were there artists around you? Were there healers around you growing up, or was it something that you just tapped into as you naturally grew?
There's definitely healers in my family. My mom was a medical assistant, but aside from that, she's always had like a psychic ability. In her dreams, you know, she would predict things and they would, you know, come to life, and she would have deja vu. Same with my grandparents, and then I've recently started tapping into my own. Everybody is psychic.
Did you feel it, or did you just? Because I think deja vu is kind of like the onset of it. Not like it's a disease or anything, but it's kind of the precursor for you being able to tap into it. Did you get that a lot?
Right, I would, but I would have a lot of ringing in my ears. And that's your clairaudient psychic ability. You start to receive messages through your ears from you know, certain ancestors or
do you hear it clearly now, or how clear is it now for you?
Sometimes it's just like a name, or I could be listening to a song and then that really sticks out to me, and I'll go and, you know, remember that line or something like that.
Is how when you are like when you, I always wanted to know individuals that, are you clairvoyant? I asked you that to begin with.
I'm not clairvoyant. I'm clairaudient and claircognizant. Clairvoyant is when you have clear visions, like.
So you just.
I was about to say, can you explain this to me? Because Clara.
So do you, if you're walking throughout the community or you're in your travels, if certain people walk past you, do you know that that message is for that person, or? You have to be focused on that
I do have
person.
a clear knowing, like information pops into my head, and I will know something about a person.
So have you heard anything so far while you were here? This is a curiosity for me.
No.
You haven't heard anything? It doesn't,
I could
you
tell.
have control over it? Go ahead.
I was gonna say I could tell you that I have stories, and when we first met, this is the one I always tell. It was one time where she was leaving. She was going to the store, and she was like, keep in mind this was, I mean, maybe, what would you say, babe? Like
1 month in.
Yeah, this was like 1 month in, so we didn't really. I mean, we knew each other better than everybody else, but we weren't on the level that we are now. And she kind of asked me like, so you know, I'm going to the store. What do you want to eat? And I didn't answer. I thought about it for a second, and she's like, oh, so you want apple juice? Okay. And she just leaves, and I wanted apple juice. And like keep in mind that like it's not like she brought back apple juice and I'm like, oh, I wanted apple juice this whole time. Like, no, I decided I wanted apple juice, and before I could open my mouth, she's just like, okay.
Did that scare you a little bit?
It was I wouldn't say it was scary. It was, I think that it's good it happened because but I would say before I met her, I wasn't critical of spirituality or astrology, but I would say skeptical. And that kind of hammered it in that like, you know, this can be like tangible and useful, you know?
Right.
And I've always been spiritual in the sense that I was, you know, I went to church, I believe in God, but not in the sense that I ever really thought that like you could learn things from like the stars. I didn't think that it was necessarily nonsense, but I just wasn't convinced. But that was like the first time that I was like, yeah, this is probably something that I should like believe.
So because Cynthia, because other people in your family had those same gifts as well, did you admit to it, or how long did it take you to be like, okay, this is a part of me also?
I think it took me like a year to be like, okay, why don't I develop these abilities and actually, you know, work with them and use different divination tools like tarot cards, or using my own claircognizance to give people information and guidance.
When I was younger, it was more about seeing things in people, and I've been nervous about, you know, like learning more about it, because sometimes when you open up doors, you open up doors. Yeah. And I remember going to the grandma candle shop, and I
love that place.
And I was like, I want to try something. So the first thing that when I opened up the book, it was the Come To Me spell. So I tried the Come To Me spell.
The what?
It's called Come To Me. So you're trying to attract.
Like a hoodoo religion.
Yeah, so you're trying to attract someone to you. I did it. I did the picture and the white candle, and you know, to me, like you're supposed to say it if the person passing you by.
Is that like putting a voodoo spell on somebody?
Well, it's not
like potion number 9.
No, it's similar to it, but it worked. Now, what scared me was then the lady at the candle shop said you can't control people's free will, and when you try to do that, it kind of alters what you were intending to do. So that person, while I'm in their presence, is still to the day, and this was probably like when I was like 19, 18. So to this day, when that person can't be around me without it being like magnetic or like a powerful attraction. But if we're not presently in each other's presence, like physically in each other's presence, it's always a pull. Like that person always feels like they have to get away. And I have been, I'm laughing at it now, but I haven't been able to be honest and say what I did without somebody thinking, oh, this person practices voodoo. And it kind of kept me from kind of tapping into that. I don't think I'm psychic.
Do you want to reverse that? Like, do you want to give him his will back?
I do. I really do. But I was afraid to go there.
That for you.
Right. I was afraid to go there. So, but and beyond that, just being able to be on the telephone with a friend of mine and somebody saying something to me, and I can see what they're saying or what they're not. I think I did it to him. Like, I normally know when somebody's not telling me something.
You have the sight, you can see.
Yeah, I can, but I try to get that person to tell me like what it is that they want to say, because it'll drive you crazy if you don't hear it, especially if you don't have control over it. and that happens a lot. But it has kept me from really wanting that. Come to me spell has kept me from really wanting to, because I see that it's real now.
On your first try.
Yeah.
I haven't even done anything like that.
So it's real though. So that showed me that it was real.
Yeah,
so how have you started to control it? Because then at one point you just kept hearing the ringing and the messages coming. So how do you
work
now
on celebrities?
Focus it in?
I do have some spirit guides that I would just say, hey you guys, I'm working right now. I can't receive these messages, or you just have to communicate with them, and they'll give you what you need.
Are they telling you who this message is for, or you figure it out?
Most of the messages are for me, unless I'm in some sort of conflict.
Like what you're supposed to do next, or
right?
Oh, okay, that's cool. So, what other talents lie beneath the three of you? Like, does somebody know how to juggle, or an opera singer?
I happen
in a
to
bunch?
be able to juggle.
You?
Yeah.
This so happen.
I can. Well,
Jack of all trades.
I just learned how to do that like last year.
Yeah, it's just like a pattern. All you have to do is just do the same thing.
Yeah, timing, and
once you can do it once by proxy, you can juggle.
Yeah.
Like if you can get the process once, all you have to do is do it over and over.
Yeah.
Which is the throw.
He
the
said
ball
it
in the
because
right
he
way.
knows how to
Can
do
I
it.
get my social media because I
Go
got
ahead.
cut off.
I'm
by
sorry.
the
Go
phone
ahead.
call.
Go ahead.
Alright, so my Instagram is YoCyndy, YoCyndieE, and my jewelry page is Sinfinity.
Can you give me that
three
one more
E's, not
time?
four E's,
YoCindieE.
And don't put 4 E's because it won't let you get there.
Okay.
Put 3 E's.
And the jewelry page is Sinfinity. It's just my name with infinity.
So the jewelry aspect of what you do came as a result of.
I started making jewelry before the spiritual.
Okay.
I was just making waist beads at the time, and then
You're a patient person.
Yeah, thank
Patient.
you. Once I got into the waist beads, then I learned about African spirituality and what the waist beads actually do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they help you love yourself more. Anybody can wear them.
It's not just fertility,
right?
But it's more so balancing your energy.
You can balance your weight. If they roll up, you're losing weight, and if they roll down, you're gaining weight.
So vice versa.
If they're rolling up, you're gaining weight. If they roll down, you're losing weight.
Okay.
What kind of waist beads?
Waist beads.
Right. You wear them around your waist.
But you don't take them off.
You can.
Okay.
It's preference.
So are there any other skill sets that you hold that you may use, or they just have hobbies, or?
If anybody wants a free tarot reading, they can DM me.
Yes, I want one.
Okay.
Is it a reason that they're free?
Just because I'm not fully skilled yet, and I'm still practicing.
She's fully skilled.
Do you put your like your spiritual knowledge into the jewelry that you make? And since you started on your spiritual journey, have you started incorporating that into your jewelry making? Like maybe, you know, I'm not exactly sure because like I said, I'm new getting into it, but I was told that I make jewelry, but I was told that was my path, was to, I'm not gonna put it all the way out there because I don't know nobody stealing my ideas, but I was told that was my path to make this spiritual jewelry. Do you incorporate that into?
I'm definitely gonna slide in your DM after this.
No, Cynthia.
Yes, I started like wire wrapping crystals, and like this is like made out of what is it called, like hemp? Yeah.
But is that leather with it? Because I see the black.
No, hemp. That's just
yeah, it's just like a dark piece.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Mr. King.
You said you DJ. I'm not gonna let that go. I want to know more about that. Like,
I used to rap, and I also used to DJ.
What was your rap name?
What was my rap name? No, it was it was Chopper, and that was just because I used to rap really fast, and that's just something that people say when you rap fast.
So why did you stop?
Well, I stopped because
I want to say photography.
I mean, I wouldn't blame photography, but the fact of the matter is that I was 18, I was working a minimum wage job. I couldn't afford to do everything, and there was a photography class, there wasn't a rapping class. So once I took a couple photography classes and I felt like, all right, let me make my degree path to actually make this something useful.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of just started putting all my money into it, and then I couldn't afford to keep putting money into other stuff. So stuff got set aside. But I am planning on picking all of it, like the DJing, the audio engineering, and the rapping, all of that stuff.
I mean, did you forget how to rap?
You know he's still.
You can't forget how to rap.
You can't forget how to rap.
So can you rap right now?
I knew he was gonna do this.
Give him a beat.
Nah, I'm gonna give you beat.
Acapella, whoa.
Cause this is do or die, and what I won't do is die. They won't listen to wisdom. I have to put a pistol to your mind. Now your mama cry, and she wonder why it happened. Is you gonna die for the truth or stick with living these lies? So you wanted a pill, you got it. You wanted a pill, but really revealed you running with pigs and coppers. You run of the mill, I'm one of the mill. A simple automatic process, and though I only played honest, they detest my progress. I wonder if still will stop it. Doubtful, cause I already got more bars than prison apartments, but cops won't stop me from drawing. You fly my 9, I call it Charlotte. Charlatans trying to sell my fans this garbage. I won't have it happen. Heaven knows Tesla couldn't stop this tech from sparking. Promise I lost my mind and I ain't trying to find it. Ignorance is bliss. I persist to piss on your knowledge. Persist even after I fall and dust off my garments that's tattered. Put on my constellation belt and stick my hand through Saturn. These clones trying to keep me in the coop, wings captured. Yet the cage bird croons. Guess you could never skip an opportunity to do wrong. Exercise my free speech as I delete your new song and spit one of my own. The greatest feeling of all. Living on the edge, rap kept me from jumping off. The reapers speak through ghetto speakers. Our peace won't last through this peace if they don't heed my warning. Lead, but I can't force them to drink. I see freedom in the north, but my people don't want it. They rather rock 2 chains that tangle and tarnish. None of us have seen God, but see the streets through the eyes of his son, or better yet, his tongue. 10 tons on my city, on my back, never enough. Still the thief, still my peace. That's why I need a still peace. Never run when they come to get me.
Come on, Chopper. Come on.
Message.
Yes.
That would mean that you're still writing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So don't say I'm not doing
Right,
it no
come
more.
on.
Right, come on, bro.
Because you did that.
We start this conversation with you're presently doing it.
Yeah. I got a lot of work coming with a lot of good rappers in the city too. I got
this man
And
still
look how
go.
he turned up. Look how he turned up after doing that.
No, cause I wanted to. Cause
lit now.
I'm not the kind of person. I like to creative direct. So I like to, kind of move the chess pieces and kind of be.
You're bossy.
Yeah, but not in the sense that I want to rule over, but in the sense that everybody can't, like, it would be nice if everybody had, the ability to
lead,
like compartment. Yeah, like it's just a way that you have to do things, and everybody's not capable of doing it. And so I feel like, if I can bring people together, that's what I should do.
But if you can show people both of those sides of yourself, then that gives them lessons. You want to start training people to be able to multitask. Because you can't do everything, but you want to show all the different sides. No, it's a fly in here. No. So this really, like, keep doing that, because when you're feeling drained, go to an open mic and perform. You just turned into a different person.
You really did. You really did.
I was waiting for it.
Thanks, bro.
If you don't use the gift, it will be taken away from you. So practice it. You don't have. It don't have to be at your forefront, but definitely go out to an open mic sometimes.
Yeah, y'all taught me something today.
People don't listen. Well, they listen. So, Miss Marissa, any hidden talents?
So y'all want me to go after that?
Oh, so you're a rapper too?
But
Bodak Yellow.
Put a beat on.
Right. Actually, sorry to say, photography is just, that's my other thing. It's just the only kind of thing that I do. I'm sorry, y'all.
Cause she know I'm gonna say demonstrates.
Right, she would keep that on the DIY.
It's not hidden, but I would say that her graphic design is very, very good. And
Thank you. I mean, aside from like media stuff, if y'all want to know what I do, it's like she does really good self-portraits.
The picture that you used, that I had from you, was actually a good picture. Like I like the graphics in it. I'm sorry I had to cut it away, but I had to fit all your images together. But I can see where your mind goes creatively. So I would say, tap into video.
Yeah, that's actually what I'm trying to do.
See, I'm thinking.
Hit me up. I know some people.
Well, that's why
I see the motion in your pictures.
That's why I named my company Miscellaneous Media, because I wanted to cover all of the forms of media. I wanted to cover graphic design, photography, videography. I knew I wasn't going to get into videography right away because that's like the most time-consuming
And I was like, you know, whenever the time comes, I'm prepared for it.
And I just saw the emotion in a lot of the pictures that I saw from you. So it comes across. So it's there. It's there. So try it.
And that's a sick double entendre. That name.
Miscellaneous. See, this is why people need to be more collective. Like from the school that you went to, it kind of helps if you stay connected in a way, because he's the truth teller, I see, and she's the balance, and you're the spice. And see that happens. That it really happens.
Right.
We're probably all.
It's a bunch of Sagittarius in here, so you already know.
But this is the importance of sticking together. Even if it's everybody do what you do, it's a way of balancing ideas. This summer I was able to work with other artists, teachers, and we did a summer camp. But this was a difference for me, because normally when you create curriculum or a lesson plan, you're off by yourself doing it. But all of these teachers, and it was Slangston and Shinya, and it was a lot of artists.
Shout out to her. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday, Shinya.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
But we were all together creating a lesson plan, and we were so prepared. We were overly prepared for this, 5-week program. I'd never been that prepared as a teacher. And which takes me to my next question. Have you ever thought about teaching what it is that you do?
If someone asked me, I would tell them.
It's just another stream of income. It's not
something. I don't feel like I'm at that spot yet. I'm
to
still
teach
learning.
to teach what you do. I mean, I started teaching artists when I was in college. Like
I
was.
I can teach them what I know so far, but I mean, my perspective is I think I always have room to grow. I'll never think.
But you said the word perspective. You can teach your perspective. You just said the word.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
But that's all your professor did. They learned that perspective from somebody, but that's not the whole truth of what you do. So that was somebody's point of view, and that's the kind of the trick. Once you get that in college, that this person it's not like high school or middle school where somebody's teaching you verbatim from a book, but in college, this professor is teaching you their perspective based on what they learned, and that's how you really. That's why we can't grade art. You can't grade it. It's you're basically being graded on how well you mastered a technique versus whether your art was good. So if a teacher ever tell you this is bad, that's not the teacher for you. And you take that class. See, you wish you would have known that.
No, right. My feelings don't get hurt.
But see, that's
if somebody
you need
doesn't
that.
like my stuff, it's okay.
Right, someone else will.
But artists, teachers.
Julie Simon sent me home crying, but it made me better. She made me better.
But sometimes it's just them pushing. It's just them pushing, and you're most times what we do when we're in school, we kind of like push against what is being shown. But once you realize you're being learned on technique, then it opens you up, and then you open up to learning a different possibility that you can then maybe take with you, or you learn just this one, or you add it to what you learn over here. That's why as an artist, you should always take classes. You may not have to do it continuously, but you should always go sit in on another artist talk or another class, or go take this, this workshop, because it just broadens your knowledge. And you went from, as a jewelry designer, I went from just being able to convert earrings to clip-ons to now being able to weld and crochet. And this is stuff that I learned along the way. Like I didn't know I could do this, and this is very simple, but I didn't know that this was in me until I paid way too much money for one. And I was like, let me take this apart, because I'm never going to spend that type of money on something that I didn't like. But let me learn how. But then you start learning, and then you realize I'm hanging out with this type of artist, so I want to do this, and then you start learning different techniques and different texts. And you may not want to be a rapper, Marissa, but you're learning from him flow. You're learning how when you go to a photo shoot and you're taping a rapper, you're learning from this person over here. So stay together. Like y'all already seem like y'all know each other, y'all familiar, but this find time. Like it may not be on a daily basis, but it's called a what do they call it? Not accommodation group, but just a group that keep you guys honest, or just keep you guys flowing. So once a month, maybe accountability. That's see, I like this gentleman right here. But it's accountability partnership Whereas though maybe once a month you get on Facebook and you just go on a messenger, or y'all meet at a Red Emma's or something, and y'all just de-stress on each other. And it may be just once a month or once a week, however much y'all do it, but just do it. Like, I already can see that you vibe off each other, and it may be other people that you can add, and then it'll grow. Honestly, that's how I started the Artist Exchange. It was just 10 of us from Coppin, and it eventually grew to everybody else being invited to the table as well. But we don't all, like 5,000 let's go out and eat, but you know, at some point I try to mingle with people or meet people, but just that accountability keeps you honest about where you are, and then it keeps you from being lazy. Yeah, it really does. So I'll ask you one last question, and then I'll let you all get out whatever you need to get out. What advice would you give to your 17-year-old self? I mean, it was like 2 seconds ago, but anybody could go first.
I would say follow your instinct.
I would say, I guess to my 17-year-old self, I would say find yourself. You know, don't just do what you're taught is the correct linear way to go through life, but explore. Because I feel like if I had known at 17 what I knew at 21, you know, I'd probably be like in New York or something right now.
But you did know that. Your instincts were pushing you there. It was just whatever was in your atmosphere, whoever was in your atmosphere was saying that's not a possibility. But you're not supposed to know at 17 what you would know at 21.
Well, I wish I had tried. That's what I think, is that I didn't even try.
That's the difference.
And that's, that the difference is that...
But did you have the instinct to try?
That's the thing. I didn't have, when I was 17, honestly, I was not, I wouldn't say I wasn't a terrible person, but I had no direction.
You wanted to motivate.
Yeah, I came home and I played video games, and I did my homework, and I went to school, and like I was not really a good student. I would say I was a decent student, but you know, I did what I had to get to college, but you know, I didn't really have like an opinion.
But that's, I'm gonna say to you, when working with a lot of 17 to 21-year-olds, that's a step. It's a step, because most people be like, well, if you're not motivated, something was motivating you to say, let's go to college, whether it was a person or was it, you know, maybe you were following after a girl or whatever that may have been. Something motivated you to get to that point. Marissa?
I'm still trying to remember what I was doing at 17. I think it's similar to James, actually. For me, I would say, I don't know, 17 seemed like a kind of emotional time for me. I would say just use those emotions and turn them into art, because that really helps me.
So this has been the Artist Exchange. This fly is in here and it's annoying me, but this has been an awesome conversation, and I love talking to, I don't want to call you new artists because this has always been in you, but I love a budding artist because it keeps me honest in my creativity, and it makes me remember that energy that I had when I was 16 and going into this regular school to being an artist. So keep people around you that are moving forward. Not so much to coattail off of them, but to definitely stay inspired. You can't leech off of them because eventually they're like, well, you need to move. But just stay inspired by those individuals. So, Miss Cynthia, once again, let us know where we can find you at on social media.
Yo Cindy on Instagram, YOCYNDIEEE, triple E.
There we go. Mr. James?
I'm on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at OneIvarre. That's OneIVARRE. You guys can check out my YouTube account. There's no like link, it's a bunch of numbers, but just type in Ivarre on YouTube. You'll find it. You guys, if you follow me on Facebook, you already know I do the eye emoji. This is the verbal equivalent of the eye emoji. Me and Mr. Nobles have something excellent coming. You watch out for that. Shout out to him.
Miss Marissa?
You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Miscellaneous Media. So that's MISSALLANEOUS. .media.
So you're a good speller.
Yeah.
I was thinking
My
like
personal account is miscellaneous. You know, if you type it in the search bar and you see miscellaneous, that's me. It's we. It's, you know, I got it.
She's so inspired. I really enjoyed talking to you all, and I definitely want to see how we can continue the conversation again. I want my tarot card reading, so we're going to come past. I'll bring you jewelry because you deserve to be paid for your services.
Say it again.
But we'll be right back tomorrow at 12 p.m. here live on the Artist Exchange Radio Show. Coming up next, It Is What It Is Radio Show. Thank you all. Stay tuned in. If you missed, thank you all. If you missed any part of this, definitely go to our YouTube page at The Exposed Radio, and you can pick it up there, or you go to our Artist Exchange Radio Show page and tune back in. So we'll be here tomorrow.
Since you've been listening this far, we're gonna throw in a little bonus hour. You ready?